Hi guys, I had promised that I'll show you another form of the parabola. So what happens at times is that you get the hyperbola in a form of a simplified fraction, which will go x minus c over what? X plus p, right? So the idea here is you want to know your asymptotes, you want to know the value of a, and you really want it in the normal form, the form, a over what? X plus p plus q. So the question that we are answering is, how do you get there? Well, let's go then. So you need to realize that, okay, actually, if I do this, if I can get this over this plus some value here, let's call that k over x plus p, then I will have my hyperbola in the form that I want. Okay, maybe to be consistent, I will just use a here. Okay, and what you're going to realize then is that, oh, wait a minute, actually P and A give me C. So something must happen. What should happen here? Well, you either going to add P to A to get what? A C, all right? Or you either going to subtract to get a C. My question is, how will I know if I don't know what A is? Okay, actually, I'm saying all these clues so that some of you can pick this up, and I hope you have picked it up. Right, the only way to nail this in is to give you an example, and I'll do that just now. Suppose I have x minus 5, okay, over x plus 3. And I want to have this in a standard form. Remember, in this case, we don't want x plus 3 to be 0. That is a very important restriction to take note of. In other words, we don't want x to be negative 3. So the easiest way really to get to this is to make sure that I've got an x plus 3. So I must have an x plus 3 over an x plus 3. Okay, I want that. Now, question is, what should I add here to get a minus 5? So you can see it's a minus 8 because 3 minus 8 is going to be a negative 5. Now, remember, if I've got a plus b over 2, this actually comes from the fact that I had a over 2 plus b over 2. Excuse me. Okay. So that is actually what I'm doing. And yeah, fractions are important in maths. You thought you were done with fractions, there they come in. Algebra, guys, is a very important component of maths. You can actually never run away from it nor divorce it. It will always come in every topic: number patterns, fractions, geometry, trigonometry. Imagine them. You can know all the formulas, but if your algebra is not good, you are going to struggle. So just take note of that. If you're struggling with algebra, you gotta work on that a little bit. So as a matter of fact, I don't really need to write this thing down here. So I'm breaking down my fraction. I'm just breaking down my fraction. I'm gonna have x plus 3. In this case, x plus 3 is my a. Then I say minus 8 over what? X plus 3. And guess what? 1 minus 8 over x plus 3 is actually my equation. So here's the q, there's the a, which is minus 8, and there's the p. So you are all sorted. You have your equation in a nice, well-standard form, and you can go ahead and find the equation of the lines of symmetry. I will leave that task to you so that you find the equations of the line of symmetry. Of course, you should have watched the previous video, part 2, to know what to do to figure these ones out. And that's about it with the hyperbola. The next stuff that I'm going to discuss on the hyperbola, if any, is just examples of questions that have been sent. Remember, guys, you are more than welcome to bring a question to me so that I can address it, and I'll record that response so that if someone has to bring the same question, they have the response already available on YouTube. Do subscribe to our page and keep those comments coming. Thank you very much. Enjoy.